It's official. Elder Scrolls 6 is not coming to PlayStation. We've got unannounced Bethesda games leaked. There's an Xbox console refresh coming in 2024, or so they say. And on a personal note, the channel's nearly at 500 subscribers. So let's see if we can get it over 500 with this video. Right, let's talk about all this stuff. So if you go back to the FTC, Microsoft Activision Blizzard case from a couple months ago in June, there was a load of documents leaked, which included the fact that Bethesda games going forward would not be coming out on PlayStation. Now everyone's been saying, oh, that's not true. Microsoft aren't going to do that. They love money. They're not going to sacrifice millions and millions of sales on the PlayStation, blah, blah, blah. Well, they've already done it with Starfield. So what were they saying? 10 million sales missed out on because it wasn't on PlayStation, and it's still been the biggest Bethesda game launch of all time. So yeah, all right. So back in the FTC court case back in June, Xbox boss Phil Spencer answered an FTC attorney's questions regarding the Elder Scrolls 6 and its Xbox exclusivity by saying, I think we've been a little unclear on what platforms it's launching on, given how far out the game is. It's difficult for us right now to nail down. It's so far out, it's hard to understand what the platforms will even be at this point. So despite his non-committal comment back in June, there's now been some more leaked documents from that same case, which seem to make it explicitly clear that Elder Scrolls 6 is not coming to PlayStation. So this table here is intended to illustrate Microsoft's approach to its exclusivity following the acquisition of Bethesda, specifically Bethesda in 2021. So as you can see, 4 of the studio's games have been released on the PlayStation or continue to be supported on the PlayStation in the case of Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online, but the table shows that the next 3 titles, which includes the already released Redfall and Starfield, also includes Elder Scrolls 6 not coming to PlayStation. So we see there in the bottom right corner, in order to be on Xbox, I want us to be able to bring the full complete package of what we have. And that would be true when I think about Elder Scrolls 6. Now that's from, I'm assuming, that quote is from Phil Spencer. And we could also see that they expect it to be released in 2026 or later, and it's only on Xbox and PC. I can hear it now already. PlayStation fanboys going, no, it's going to come out on PlayStation because they don't want to throw away, let's just say 10 million sales again. Well, you said that with Starfield. Starfield didn't come out on the PlayStation. It isn't going to come out on the PlayStation ever, and it's Bethesda's biggest launch game of all time. Elder Scrolls 6 is not coming to PlayStation. It makes perfect sense for Microsoft to keep that Xbox and PC only as a way to drive in customers to Game Pass and into the Xbox ecosystem. Yes, they're going to lose sales by not putting it on PlayStation, but Microsoft are a massive company. Massive company. They're like an order of magnitude bigger than Sony is. Let me take a second and put it into perspective of how big Microsoft is compared to Sony, right? Right, if we look on this is done by market cap. Apple are number 1, Microsoft are number 2, with a measly $2.444 trillion market cap. Sony do not exist on this top 100 list. I'm scrolling through it quite fast. Number 100 is Boeing. Right at the top is Apple. You don't have to slow this down because I'll Control F. Type in Sony. Sony do not exist. They do not exist on the top 100 list for market cap. Earnings, Microsoft are at number 5. What is that? That's for quarter 1, quarter 2 of this year, quarter 3 and quarter 4 of last year. They made a measly 89.31 billion. We Control F. Search for Sony. Does not exist on the top 100 for earnings or market cap. What about revenue? Where are Microsoft on this? Way down in number 26 with revenue of 211.91 billion in the last financial year. How pathetic, Microsoft, pathetic. Sony do not exist on this list for what was this? Revenue. So I haven't looked at the rest of these. Dividend and all that stuff. I'm not interested in that. Market cap gain. Let's have a look. Control F. Sony do not exist. Where's Microsoft? Microsoft don't exist on this list either for what did I just say this was? Market cap gain. I'm not going to pretend to know what that means. I don't know. Sony are on this list of the top, they're not in the top 100 companies. You can search it for yourself. Have a look at this website yourself. It's companiesmarketcap.com. I'll set the link on the screen right now. So yeah, so Microsoft don't care if some of their games don't come to PlayStation because they don't need that money. PlayStation need that money. PlayStation are invested in the console war because PlayStation is really the only thing that makes Sony any money. So they're going to go aggressively after Final Fantasy and things like that because they know that's going to bring players in to the PlayStation. That's why they're so against the Activision Blizzard King Microsoft merger, because COD brings in so many players to PlayStation. They don't want to lose that. So they're scared. Jim Ryan, scaredy cat. So this helps to tie up a few loose ends that we already knew about from the FTC case back in June, which related to another court document that was released about 3 future titles that would be exclusive to Xbox and PC. And we already know 2 of them, Redfall, Starfield. The third one was confirmed recently to be the Indiana Jones game. And now, going by this document we've had leaked, Elder Scrolls 6 not coming to PlayStation. When it's going to come out and anything else, we don't know, because I think it's only just gone into full-on production recently since Starfield launched. So yeah, we're hoping now with Microsoft's money that they've staffed up a bit at Bethesda and they can knock this game out in longer than 8 years. Microsoft are not going to wait 8 years to get this game out. It's not going to happen. It's going to be out in, let's say, 2 to 3 years, I think. Microsoft are going to be tightening those thumb screws, saying, "Oi, Todd, get that game out the door." And our Lord God Emperor, Todd Howard, for the Emperor! He's going to oblige. And we're going to be playing Elder Scrolls 6. I reckon 2027. 2027. Now, this next bit is hot off the presses. This literally leaked overnight, England time. And what was that? Is that middle of the night? Is that like early evening, late evening, America? Another document has been leaked from this court case back in June that has leaked unannounced Bethesda games. Now, this has apparently been sourced from a ZeniMax presentation, which lists numerous games and DLCs leading up to the end of 2024. Now, this is all, obviously, this is from a document pre-COVID, so the timeline's probably been skewed a bit forward. These things probably all not going to come out by the end of next year. They might be a little bit spaced out, but there's no reason to believe that these things are not coming out. So if we look at this picture here, we can see financial year, the end of 2020, well, that's obviously been and gone. That was Doom Eternal, it's DLC, Greymore for Elder Scrolls Online, and Fallout 76 Wastelanders, as well as Deathloop. They've obviously been and gone. 21, we've got Starfield, Elder Scrolls Online expansion, Redfall, Doom Eternal DLC, Ghostwire Tokyo, Fallout 76 expansion, and something called Project Hibiki. I don't even know what that is. I haven't heard of that before. And then obviously, financial year 2022, because that has Starfield coming out at the end of 2021. Well, that's just come out now. So we know that this list is skewed like in the past. This is obviously pre-COVID. This is what it would have been if COVID hadn't happened. These games probably would have come out then. But, you know, COVID shut the whole world down, didn't it, for a bit. So if we go from 2022, financial year 2022, the end of, we've got the Indiana Jones game, Oblivion Remaster, which was leaked. Well, rumors of that were leaked again a couple months ago. Another ESO expansion and Starfield DLC, which is Shattered Space. We can then put that forward a bit and say this is coming. Some of these are going to come at the end of this year, beginning of next year, mid next year. So then, if we go to the next section, this is the stuff that is unannounced. So we've got Doom Year Zero. So that's what is that, a prequel to the Doom reboot and its DLC. Something called Project Kestrel. We don't know what that is. Another expansion for ESO and something called Project Platinum. Again, we don't know what those two things are. But the juicy bit is the bit at the end. So what are we saying? 2026? Just got Elder Scrolls 6 at the moment is planned for, let's just say, sake of argument, Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out 2026. We've also got a expansion for whatever Project Kestrel is. Whether that's been cancelled or what, we don't know. We don't even know what that is. We've got a licensed IP game. Again, don't know what that is. That's not Indiana Jones, because Indiana Jones is up there. We've got Fallout 3 Remaster, which has not been announced. Another expansion for ESO. A sequel to Ghostwire Tokyo. Dishonored 3, which hasn't been announced. So a sequel to Dishonored 2, which, fantastic games. Fantastic games. I love my immersive sims. They are brilliant. Dishonored is fantastic. And another DLC for the new Doom game. So what could Project Kestrel be? Could Project Kestrel be Fallout New Vegas 2? Who knows? Who knows? I guess we'll find out. But this, we can maybe assume because of COVID that maybe a couple of these things have been cancelled. So maybe Project Platinum, whatever that is, has been cancelled. But the fact that we've got the licensed IP game, maybe that's been cancelled as well. Again, we won't know until probably next year's E3 if Microsoft announce any of these things. But a Fallout 3 remaster, hell yeah, yes please. I love me some Fallout. Fallout is my favourite franchise of all time. I'd quite happily pay Microsoft. Take my money, Microsoft. Take my money. I'll buy another remaster. Yeah, give it to me. Give me Fallout 3. I love Fallout 3. Fallout 3 is great. I'll take a remaster of that any day. The question is, will any of these come to PlayStation? Depends how big of a remaster Fallout 3 and Oblivion are. It doesn't make sense for Microsoft not to release remasters of old games, because it's like, look at Quake 2 that came out recently. I said I didn't think it was going to come out, but thinking about it, I shouldn't have said that, because of course it's going to come out. It's a 26-year-old game, Quake 2. So if they just remastered a 26-year-old game, it's not going to take that much for them to just up-res the graphics and the textures and then stick it out on everything. So you could maybe assume that a remaster for Oblivion or a remaster for Fallout 3, they would come to PlayStation, because they're old games that are already on PlayStation, so you may as well just remaster them and stick them out again and get some cash. New games though, it doesn't make sense for Microsoft to put that on PlayStation, because that's going to draw in people to Xbox Game Pass and the Xbox ecosystem. Potentially, some of them might stay there. Now, more leaks. So, it's been rumored for a while that there's going to be another PlayStation 5 and it's going to be more powerful. And Microsoft and Phil Spencer have been saying, no, we're not going to release a new, more powerful Xbox Series X and S. We don't need to. We've got the powerful one in the Xbox Series X. We've got the cheaper one, which is more cost effective and is flying off shelves left, right, and center in the Xbox Series S. Well, now we're looking at some new ones. So, codenamed Brooklyn, we've got the Xbox Series X refresh, the most powerful Xbox ever, now adorably all digital. So no disk drive on this one. Brooklyn will deliver 4K Gen 9, I hate this generation talk, console gaming with more internal storage, faster Wi-Fi, reduced power, a more immersive controller, and a beautiful redesign that elevates the all digital experience of the Xbox ecosystem. So it's supposed to be a cylinder. I don't know if I like this or not. Multiple reasons why. We got Xbox Series X's in this house when they were like as rare as rocking or shit. I went into like stock checker things and was like, as soon as one came in, boom, went and bought it. Not to scalp people. We own 3 Xbox Series X's. We've got one in this office, got one in Yvonne's office, and we've got one downstairs in the living room on the main telly. The thing that annoys me about this new Xbox is the fact that it's got, if you see here on the right, it's got Wi-Fi 6E, because we got Gigabit installed the other day, and I used to use power line adapters to connect everything upstairs through our house like wiring, but that doesn't like gigabit internet. So I switched everything to wireless up here upstairs. The maximum speed I can get out of these Xboxes is like 250 megabyte down when I've got a gigabit 900 down connection. So the Wi-Fi in these Xboxes, not good enough. So the fact that they're going to replace the Wi-Fi radio with a better one for Wi-Fi 6 is good, but it also means, do I bin these Xboxes and get a new one? I don't know. I don't really want to have to do that. But it's got an extra terabyte of storage, USB-C port on the front, which has power delivery on it. So it means you can plug in like your phone and stuff to charge it through that. It's the same price as the existing one. It's got a better PSU, which is a power supply unit, so that draws less power. And it's a circle. I don't know if I like the look of it. But that's not all. We've also got codenamed Ellewood, the Xbox Series S refresh. They say the best value in next-gen gaming, once again, undisputed. So again, got a bit of Wi-Fi radio inside, a new low power mode, comes with a 1 terabyte hard drive inside, which is double what it is at the moment. I know they said about in E3 time, there was the black one that got announced, wasn't it? That had a terabyte. So this is basically just that, but in white. Yeah, Series S. I know quite a lot of people that have Series S's. They're good. Obviously not as powerful as Series X. Personally, not for me, but I can see why these things shift, because they're powerful and they're cheap. So we've got a new one of these coming. Not only that, we've got another new design of the Xbox controller. So they're going down Sony's route, because if you look at the bottom left, feel the game, precision haptic feedback. So this is doing away with the old motors in the inside the shell and putting haptics in it that apparently also double as speakers. And it's got an accelerometer in it, which is like your DualSense. Not DualSense. What was that one? What was the PS4 controller? What was the PS3 controller? Like your Wii remote. So it knows what angle it's at and things like that. So you can like steer with it and things like that. That'd be really rubbish, but hey, at least they're updating the design a bit. You can lift it to wake it up instead of having to press the Xbox button. It's got quieter buttons and thumbsticks. Also, top right, it looks like it's rechargeable and swappable battery. Says to me that's the battery pack and not AA's. Also, a good thing, repair and disassembly. So it's like they're starting to be forced to do the right to repair thing, because Microsoft has started selling the internals for controllers at least, so that you are like, you can go to Microsoft and buy a whole new PCB for the inside of the controller if something breaks. So if we go by this picture, we're looking at financial year 24-25, so next June, so probably next like E3 time. they're going to be announcing these consoles. 60-day plus separation between launches enables dialogue with different audiences, allows us to focus on new improvements in Seville, wherever that is, tell stories beyond console, adds value to Brooklin and Ellewood at announce, gives Ellewood its own moment earlier in the holiday timeframe to maximize sales. So they're going to announce the Series S refresh before the Series X refresh. Last Chance Edith 512GB at $199 as Black Friday offer before end of life. So that means they're going to start shifting the existing Series S at a reduced price point on Black Friday this year. And then Starkville, that must be the code name for the Series X. That's end of life. It's just ahead of Brooklin launch, which is going to be what? Next October, November time. The thing that I like the most about this picture though is the additional storage options that's announced. Available in financial year 25, holiday 2. So that sounds to me like next year they're going to start opening up the external storage to multiple companies, because at the moment I think it's only Seagate that you can only get the official Microsoft one. You can't just bung any NVMe into it. Maybe that's going to be us being able to put whatever NVMe drive we want inside an Xbox, which is long overdue. So what do we think about all this? What do we think about Elder Scrolls 6 not coming to PlayStation? What do we think about Dishonored 3 and a new Doom and the Fallout 3 remaster? Is that good stuff? Is that good stuff? Do you like that? I, for one, am personally looking forward to playing a remastered Fallout 3. New consoles. You ready for new consoles? I don't think these consoles have even got going yet. It feels like they've only just come out. They've been out for 3 years, yet we're only just now seeing games coming out that are built specifically for them with like things like Starfield. So, are we ready for a new version of these consoles? I don't think so, but it's going to happen. What do we think about it? Let me know in the comments. Let the whole world know in the comments. If you like this video, there's a button for you to press specifically for that purpose. And if you've watched this video all the way through to the end, A, thanks, B, subscribe. And C, if you already are subscribed, thanks. Thanks for watching. Let's see if we can get to over 500 subs for the channel with this video. Come on, smash that subscribe button. Show me the love. Up here, you can find our latest video. Might be me playing the live streams of Starfield. And then down here, there's another video. What could this be? I don't know. Again, like I say in every video, I don't know how YouTube decides what these videos are. But hey, watch it. Give it a click. Give it a like. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Right. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.